Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Jerry Foster SEMO Music and Arts Podcast. Oh, I gotta let that play. That's pretty.
What do you got going on?
This is a song I wrote.
Oh.
This is the introductory song.
Cool.
This will be on the new EP.
You can hear it. I can't. You got headphones.
I know, it's great. Wait. It goes on and on. I can't take it and... Alright. So I'm gonna start
up
rocking
there, buddy.
Is it alright to rock out to your own music, or is that cheesy?
No, it's not cheesy.
All
I rock out to my stuff all the time. It's kind of cheesy when you call up the radio station and ask for your stuff, though.
I cannot say I've ever done that.
No, I'm just saying though.
I've never done that.
People shouldn't do that.
All right, I want to give this a proper introduction. Welcome to another edition of the Jerry Foster SEMO and Music Art Podcast. Man, I'm excited today. I've got the very first guest I ever had on this show back for round 2. He and I are actually wearing shades, looking very Stevie Wonder-like. He's the lead singer for Cinderblock. He's one of my best buddies. He just brought over a pistol. We're going to do some shooting together soon, I hope.
Of course. Go now if you want. Well, later.
He is the man, the myth, the legend. He is Roger frickin' Mattingly. Welcome, Roger. Welcome back.
What's up, Jerry Foster?
How are you doing, man?
Tired. Pretty tired, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me why you're tired.
I had a show last night, which wasn't we played in Piggott. It was a bike and car show. This is our second year we've done it. It just kind of wears you out. You know how music is, man.
Yes, I do.
There was no alcohol involved. It was one of the family-oriented things, so we didn't have any drinks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It is nice whenever you can play a gig and there's not a bunch of alcoholic ranting. Although, I keep it no secret, I'm an alcoholic. I go to, a 12-step program for that. And, but I don't dislike alcoholics at all. In fact, I love them. They're my kind. But it is nice.
Come see you play.
Yeah, they will. Absolutely.
They pay to come see you.
They yes, without a doubt. And I never want to be one of those holier than thous just because I quit drinking. It's not my deal. If anything, I want to encourage anyone that doesn't want to drink. Hey, talk to me, man. We might be able to find some common ground and do some stuff together that'll help you stay on the right path. However, we're going to talk about music.
Not drinking.
Not drinking.
Oh.
So, tell me about this gig last night, man.
We did 2 hours. Made good pay on it. We made $500 for 2 hours.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's a good show. They set us up on a flatbed. Actually, it was you would have liked it. I've got some pictures I'll show you later. It was one of the gooseneck trailers, the fifth wheel trailers.
Yes.
And it had a riser on it.
Yeah.
We had Corey up on the riser, and we was all set off to the left of it.
Oh, wow.
And had the lights up on Corey, some of the lights up on his drums and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So we had the whole stage, the rest of the stage to ourselves, and we told him he was in timeout. Corey Jackson, you were in timeout if you listened to this.
Oh, Corey. I've had Corey on here.
Yeah, he told me. He said he listened to ours too, our first one that we did.
Yeah.
My daughter showed up, Paige Davis. I'm going to have to get her in here for one.
Tell me about her. You say she writes music?
Writes. She's more of a country girl. But she got up and sang Skid Row with me last night. I remember you.
Okay.
And her music is more, I would say, country based stuff. It's not rock like we do or like I do.
Right.
Of course, you're a country. I grew up country. My roots. So
yeah.
But she's just phenomenal. If you guys that are listening to this, if you get a chance, go on YouTube, look up Paige Elizabeth. That's my daughter. She's badass. That's all I gotta say.
That's cool, man. I try to get my daughter to sing with me, and she won't. But we were talking earlier before we hit record. My daughter can sing circles around me.
It's the way mine is.
She's got great vocal control. She's got good vibrato in her voice without being all Paul Stanley.
Good tone.
I have a cat wanting to get in on the podcast back there.
Oh, I hear.
And it just aggravates me. I'm like, man, I know I'm not a great quote-unquote singer, but I do it anyway, a lot of times out of necessity. I'm a great harmony singer.
Oh, yeah.
Really good harmony singer. And I'm just like, man, I wish I had my daughter's talent. And, because I would be more confident in my music, you know, as far as singing. And
well, that's kind of the way I am. Like I said, if you've heard some of my daughter's stuff, and it's just...
She's amazing.
I know.
She's amazing.
I've got to get her down here, and Chad's wanting her to get her in the studio and get some of her songs recorded. So we're going to try to get her in there.
That's cool. You know, last time I had you on here, we didn't talk a whole lot about the recording process. We did talk about songwriting.
Right.
We talked about where you came from.
Yeah. I come from a very musical background.
Yeah.
My grandfather was, from what I hear from my dad, I never met him because he died when I was just a baby, but said he was just a great fiddle player. I mean, just probably one of the best you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
And then my dad, he's 90, he'll be 92 in July, and he's still playing.
Yeah.
So.
That is so cool, man. I've had the good fortune of getting to play music with your dad. We keep saying we need to do it. We need to do it.
We just go over to his house, take the acoustic over there, and just sit down and play because that's what he wants, man.
I tell you what, I am here to tell you, I will do that.
I know you will.
I will do that.
But as far as recording process, you got to have you got to have an open mind when you're recording. You can't, you know. People come in. I help Chad out, a lot whenever people are recording, and of course they want it their way, and a lot of times their way's not really that great, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not suitable for the sound they're trying to get.
Right.
And there's an art to that, to good producing.
Yeah.
A good producer can produce any genre of music, but still have their touch. But like, how do you view the producer's role?
Producer-wise, I think he should have the ear to let you know if, what's that I'm looking for? Constructive criticism?
Yeah.
Like his role in my book is if you're out there and you're singing and you're doing this and it sounds like ass, he needs to be the guy to hit the stop button, come on the headphones, say, hey, let's retry that. You just really didn't hit that. Let's try that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not as far as being mean and an asshole about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think a producer is also somewhat of an encourager. I don't want to say cheerleader by any means.
Cheerleader. But I can see Chad out there with pom-poms. Right?
Yeah. But I think a good producer gets into your head to know what you're trying to go for, and then they help you achieve that. And let's face it, and we've talked about this before, musicians tend to have egos.
We were just talking about that.
We were just talking about that. And they get bruised very easily.
Some do. I don't.
Right.
To me, man, put your music out there. I'm all for you. I will play your music.
Yeah.
I'll buy your CDs. A lot of people ain't that way.
Yeah.
They're competition to me. People think that, oh, your competition, your band's competition. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to associate with you. And I know people like that.
That's a shame.
It is.
That's a shame. But getting back to the role of the producer and those egos, they shouldn't have to sugarcoat, but at the same time, they have to figure out your personality too. It's more than even just the music.
Oh, yeah.
It is knowing your personality, to know how to talk to you, to kind of even earn your trust that they're going to get you the result that you're paying them to get you. Which is why I'm one, just financially, I don't get to go to other studios very often.
Well, you've been over Chad's.
I've been to Chad's,
yeah.
and I've been to Trumbull Hill. But as far as my own music, I tend to produce myself.
Right.
I know how to talk to myself.
Well, yeah.
And
do you answer yourself?
You bet. You better believe it, man. Well, and I know when it's not working for me.
Right.
I have the.
And a producer has to be that way with the other people too.
Right.
He has to be there and say, hey, like I said, that didn't work out. We need to come back and
maybe that drum fill's not the right fill for that part of the song, or the guitar tone just isn't matching the atmosphere or the
Do you
feeling
think
of the
that
song.
some people, some of the musicians with the egos would get butthurt on things like that? You think?
Oh, I know they would.
You think so? I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't had that problem, but I mean,
Actually, I've been really fortunate. The only people I've recorded with in a band setting that I was in, where I was the one hitting record, and we were doing songs I had written.
that makes it different when it's your song.
Well,
you know what you want.
But they were open to
Suggestions,
and I would say, because I would record everything myself and then present it to them. And at the time, I was using a lot of drum loops, so I'd just be like, do what you want. I'm talking about Jamie Hickson.
Yeah, I know that.
And I had complete faith in Jamie. And as far as Ken recording bass, if there was like one specific thing, I would ask. He had no problem saying, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Yeah.
But then I had full faith and trust in him to add to the song
Pretty much, yeah. The way you
the way I hear it
you
in my
want
head,
it.
and just trusted his decisions to play the bass lines that would fit the song. I was really lucky, and I'm so grateful that in that situation I played music with guys that understood songs.
Right. Yeah. That's you have to have guys that can kind of be in your head. Does that make sense? And kind of know what you want in the song. It's like
Absolutely.
That's like when me and Chad are writing stuff. We write stuff together. That's the thing about Cinderblock. Me and Chad writes 90% of the songs. I mean,
Okay.
Chris has written a few songs for it, and on the first album, Corey wrote a song off the first album.
Cool.
So but the majority, I would say, of the songs are written by me and Chad myself, musically wise. I mean, or lyrically wise. I'm sorry, lyrically wise. He'll give me just like a riff or something, and I will start masterminding all that great musical talent in my head.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying. But
Yes.
anyways, you got a
Legend in your own mind.
Yeah, that's it.
Self-proclaimed.
You
genius.
just really got to click with the guys that you're working with, though. That's a main thing, man. You have to.
Yeah.
That's why I guess why we've been together so long, is we really click. We don't have any anxiety, any egos in our band. There's none for each other.
Yeah.
we all get along just great. So
That's wonderful. I'm working with a fellow now named Dylan Cate, and he seems to be like that. Really, really cool guy.
laid back.
I'll whatever I do on the guitar, if I just straight up ask, because in this situation, I'm not singing, I'm not writing songs, I am a sideman, and I got to tell you,
It's different, ain't it?
I've never got to do that, and I'm loving it.
Just playing, right? That's all you're doing. You
Yeah.
doing any backup singing or
Some harmonies here and there, absolutely.
no
there's-
leads? No, you don't do any songs of
Nope.
like cool.
No,
That's
not
cool.
singing any lead. One of the things I'm really liking about it, though, is that, and this comes with experience, is I'm willing to say, dude, whatever works for you, tell me. What doesn't, tell me. And I'm not saying that to stroke my ego to say, oh, I'm so great. I'm saying that comes with experience.
Right.
That comes with a lot of experience. So if there's any young person out there listening who's, say just a guitarist, they don't sing, they're not writing the songs, they just want to more than likely just rip off some badass,
Yeah.
make sure that you're willing to listen. And your guitar playing will actually improve because you will learn to adapt to different styles. And I've said this over and over and over on the podcast.
I know.
The more styles you know, the more gigs you're going to get.
That's right.
If I had said, fuck country music, I'm never going to play that, I wouldn't have made money last weekend down in Batesville. We played in Batesville,
Play country,
Arkansas.
yeah.
And I wouldn't have had the opportunity to travel to Batesville, Arkansas and play that gig, meet
Right.
some folks in the crowd that were fun.
I mean, we're strictly a rock band, but now hold on. We do a few country songs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not out of our wheelhouse to actually do country. if we actually wanted to sit down, and it probably wouldn't take us long, we could learn probably a night of country and play a country gig if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And it's not against anything, that we've ever done, because to me, music's music.
Yeah. It's taken hey, I'm going to tell you straight up, it's taken me a while to get there.
Really?
I was a bit of a music snob for many years, as far as I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. If I didn't like it, I didn't want to play it. Now, I had the luxury of being in a band that was like that. If we didn't like it, we didn't play it.
Well,
But that wasn't the smartest thing. It wasn't.
As much as you hate playing "Give Me 3 Steps,"
Yeah, I actually like playing.
or "Free Bird," or you hear some old guy out in the crowd saying "Free Bird," you know what I'm saying. As much as you hate playing them songs, they're the ones that pay you.
Yes.
I want to tell that to all these people that are listening out there that are maybe just starting up, play music. Man, you have got to play any genre of music. If they yell something out and you know it, whether you like it or not, play it, man.
Listen, that crowd is your boss.
That's
right. In fact, you kind of have two. You have the bar
and
or
you
the
have the bar
club,
owner.
the right, and then you have the people, the patrons.
That's right.
The more butts you put in the seat, the more alcohol gets consumed, the more money gets spent,
and the more times they're going to book you.
The more times they're going to book you, and then you're going to get paid. It's a business.
Oh, yeah.
It is a business.
That's what my dad told me a long time ago, Jerry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but my dad told me this a long time ago when he was playing music. He would go into the bar before they would start playing,
yeah,
and he would listen to what's playing on the jukebox. He would write them songs down, and then he would go home and play and learn them songs. And when he come back to that bar, he would play them songs.
I'm taking notes.
Hey, that man right there's been around a while. He knows what if he ever tells you anything about music, you better listen. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, he's 93. He's learned a thing or two.
Yeah, or 3 or 4.
Get the cotton out of your ears, cram it up your ass, and listen.
And listen. But that's what he said. He told me. He said, "Man," he said, I used to go in the bar when we was setting up, and I'd just listen to what was being played on the jukebox, and I'd write them songs down, and I'd see how many times they were played. I'd put a mark by each song, see how many times it was played, during breaks and stuff like that. And then I'd go home and learn them songs. And then when I come back to the bar, I play them songs.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I tell you one thing I used to do back in the MySpace days, whenever you had access to just music pages.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
I would see where bands sounded similar to what I was doing, see where they were playing, and try to get booked there.
Oh, I never thought about that. That worked.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing the same, I guess, genre of music?
Yes. Yeah. If you're similar to, whatever you're doing, whether it's modern country, old country, modern rock, classic rock, 80s rock, whatever the case may be, it was so cool to have that tool.
Oh, yeah.
And Facebook just isn't like that.
No, it really isn't.
No.
I mean, it gives you exposure. I mean, we got our Cinderblock page,
Absolutely.
But we've also got a web page, too, which is cinderblock.four.com. And we've got all kinds of stuff on there. We got photos. We got where you can get merch. We're actually going to we're fixing to get some more T-shirts made up, too. So
good deal, man. Good deal.
Get some merch for the Summer Jam. Are you coming to the Summer Jam, man? If you can make it.
Where is it?
It's going to be at Pitters and Cape. We're playing with Driving Rain and Bones and Ammo.
Possibly. It just depends. I'm with this gig
The other
I've got.
gig you're doing, you're right.
We're getting ready to be busy.
But it's going to be a good show, I think, man.
That's cool. That's excellent, man.
Any show with Driving Rain and Cinderblock's going to be a good show, right?
You know it.
And Bones and Ammo.
I don't know anything about Bones and Ammo.
Have you not heard of any of Don Turner stuff?
No. In fact, I know Don had went through that throat surgery thing a while back, so I guess everything's
good right now. Yeah.
Oh man, that's wonderful. I'm really glad to hear that.
They're getting a 30-minute spot on the show.
Yeah.
To open the show, then Cinderblock's getting an hour and a half. And then Driving Rain's getting the other 2 hours.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show, man.
Awesome.
A lot of 80s music.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
The last 2 bands are going to be a lot of 80s music.
That's great, man. You guys working on new material?
You talking about original material or
I was
cover
thinking
material.
in terms of
Band
the
stuff,
band stuff. Yeah, original material. But either or, yeah.
There's a few stuff. We just really don't have a lot of time right now to put stuff together. I've been working in the fields. You know, I work for a farmer now, so it's hard for me to get off work and Chad, he drives on over the road, so it's just kind of hard to do stuff right now. But we have got a couple of other songs we're trying to put together as far as cover tunes. You know, whenever we're playing at the bars, we're actually learning "Screaming in the Night" by Crocus. That's one of the new ones we're going to work on.
Oh, wow.
Screaming in the night.
That's
I love
great,
that tune, man. And then there's another one Chris is working on. I think they're working on "Highway Song." That's a good tune. And I can't remember everything else we're working on, man. We got a few of them, but as far as originals, it's kind of back off on the back burner right now because you really gotta, you know as well as I do, when you're writing music, you really gotta focus on your writings. You can't just jump in there and say, okay, well let's just do this real quick and this real quick. You can't do that on writings. On cover tunes, you can do that. You can run in there, learn your part, practice one time, and
Yeah.
But as far as originals, we got some stuff that we have rough tracks of right now. When we get time, we're gonna put them in. Yeah, we might have something out this year, another album. Maybe.
Excellent. I am finally about to the point I'm ready to wrap mine up. I had a radio release about a month or so ago of "Living Life Insane."
Mm-hmm. I heard some of it as I was coming in. I think that, or as you was, it sounds really good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. So what's been going on since last time you were on here? Just kind of
nothing. Like I said, nothing really. I've got a job working for a farmer,
Ha
driving tractors, man.
You
Listen
enjoying
to
it?
Iron Maiden. You know, most people listen to country music.
Sure.
I call up the radio station and request Iron Maiden. So
I have a question.
sure.
Why have you guys never done any Deep Purple?
You know
tunes?
what? I don't know, man. They've got some really. I mean, that's some cool stuff.
Heck yeah, My Woman from Tokyo.
Oh yeah, My Woman from Tokyo.
That's cool. Or
yeah, that's cool.
Highway Star.
Highway Star. That's a good tune.
I'm a highway star.
Yeah, he's got the pipes when he's on that
I
one.
know, man. And I love it. I can picture Roger Mattingly doing that. You know what else I can picture you doing?
What's that?
Oh yeah, it was
The ballroom
exciting.
blitz. No, I don't think I can do the ballroom blitz. I mean, you know the stuff we do. We do some Dio, some Skid Row. We actually do Iron Maiden now. We're doing Wasted Years by Iron Maiden. We're actually doing that
Years.
one. We did that one at the car show last night.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How's Chad doing the twin guitar stuff?
He's got a harmonizer on his pod. He's got one of the Line 6 pods, and he's
Excellent.
got a harmonizer on it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. For a metal band to have the double lead guitarists, you know, like Rat had two great guitarists.
Right.
Man, Iron Maiden is just like the epitome of good double metal guitar playing,
yeah.
man.
What's and dude, if you have never seen on the internet the Iron Maidens, have you seen them? They're girls and they do all Iron Maiden stuff and sound just like Iron. They do the solos note for note. They do the Iron Maiden show, but they're all hot ass chicks.
Awesome.
Seriously, if you ever get a chance, look them up. They're great.
Hot ass chicks doing Iron Maiden.
Yes,
I'm for it.
they're called the Iron Maidens.
That's awesome.
One of their main guitar players her name is Courtney Cox. Redheaded girl, big voluptuous boobs and all that good stuff. But she can smoke that guitar, dude. She can play anything them guitar players ever played.
That's cool.
She's
so
amazing.
That leads me to another question. As far as like new stuff, is there anything new that you've found on YouTube? Me and Ken used to sit around and just watch video after video of different bands. We saw this one band.
What was that one that he had me look at over there at the house one day? I can't remember.
Walk
the name
Off
of it.
the Earth.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. I think
those
that was
guys
it.
are amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Those guys are amazing. Then I saw
Chad come up with a new band, man. I'm gonna look it up here on my phone real quick because I checked it, but I want you to check them out whenever you get a chance. They're pretty good. They got some really cool stuff, man. You may have heard of them.
I have a cat in heat.
I can, yeah, I know.
It is absolutely annoying. Would you like her?
No, I got one that does the same thing.
She's a rescue cat. I love cats. And she's a rescue cat. She was hit by a car.
Right.
She cannot give birth. She cannot get pregnant. If she does, it will kill her. That's why she doesn't have a tail. She's not really a bobtail.
Oh, okay.
And it's driving me nuts. I've got to get her spayed.
Then you got a kitten that's scarring the crap out of my legs down here. She keeps grabbing my leg and.
That would be Appa. We have discovered he is a boy.
Oh, so he.
It's a he. Luckily, he cannot.
Yeah, but he can short claw.
He can claw. Luckily, he cannot answer the call of Callie's love.
Health. I got you. Her love problem.
Her cries for love.
Just say it. Her horniness, man. Just go ahead and say it.
It's funny. My daughter, she's 17. She's like, Dad,
Right.
is she in heat? I was like, yeah. She goes, does that mean? I'm like, yes, baby. She's horny.
Yeah.
But this little guy that I'm holding here, he's
Red Sun Rising. Have you heard of them?
No, I have not.
Dude, they're bad. He's got kind of a Miles Kennedy type voice.
Oh yeah, so thin and annoying.
No, better.
Yeah, because I tell you, as sought out as Miles Kennedy is, I just don't like the tone of his voice.
No, this guy's got more depth to his voice, more gravel, but he's got that style, is what I'm saying. The style of the voice, like the Miles and the Scott Stapp, that style of voice is what I'm saying. Like that genre of music is what it is.
Gotcha.
But it's a more deeper in depth voice. It's really, really good stuff. Chad had me listen to it on the way to Arkansas yesterday. It was great, man. Good stuff. And he's got the pipes for the high notes too.
That's really cool.
He's not like like what Scott didn't really have.
No, Scott Stapp. I don't even consider him a great vocalist at all.
Well, who do you consider a great vocalist?
All
Have
right.
we ever had this conversation?
I don't think we have
Who do you think is a great vocalist?
a great.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to give you a genre and a year. Okay? 80s rock, hair metal.
80s rock hair metal.
Yep. You remember the hair metal?
Well, I'll tell you who I really liked. Oh, what the heck's his name? Tom Kiefer?
From Cinderella?
Cinderella? Is that his name? Tom
Yep,
Kiefer,
Tom Kiefer.
right? It was kind of an annoying voice, but it fit that band.
Oh, yeah.
It fit that bluesy band. They're one of my favorites.
And he really couldn't do no ballad type stuff.
No, it's terrible.
Honestly,
80s hair metal, great vocalist.
vocalist. I'm talking singer.
He doesn't have it anymore, but Sebastian Bach, man,
I
Skid
know
Row.
somebody can beat him. Janie Lane from Warrant.
Yeah,
Janie Lane was the man.
he passed away, correct?
Yes, I saw it was one of them Farm Aid concerts.
Really,
Back in
Warrant played Farm Aid.
Listen, it was Warrant, Skid Row, Dokken, and somebody else I can't remember. I had the video of it. It was on it was a videotape. And at the end of the show, Janie and Sebastian got out there and was basically doing his little sing-off.
That's funny.
And Sebastian hit a high note that I didn't think anybody could hit, and Janie went one above him, about an octave above him. Now, the dude from Steelheart, as far as octave-wise, that dude's crazy.
Oh gosh, that guy's amazing. But
Yeah,
at what point does it quit being musical?
Right. I mean, if you hit it, I mean, what are you going to, you can't get no, I don't know. That's not really notes, is it? Is it?
It's just sound. I mean, it's a note. It is a registered
It's amazing.
note, and it's, yeah, it is. Okay, so how about you? I'll throw it back. I guess yours is Jenny Lane.
Yeah, oh yeah, my favorite's Janie Lane. Hands down.
How about 90s rock singers?
90s. Man, I think I skipped the 90s. No, I'm just messing with you. I would have to say Saigon Kick.
Oh yeah, I don't know the lead singer's name. Yeah, that great band.
And good vocalist. He was, well, we actually do one of their songs. We do, me and Corey. Corey comes off the drums coming back on our third set, and he'll play, we do it kind of acoustically. He plays the guitar on it, and we do Love Is On The Way.
One of my favorite vocalists in the 90s, I guarantee only a handful of people around here even heard of the band. They were called the Screaming Trees, and they had a singer named Mark Lanigan, who had a very deep baritone voice. One of my favorite vocalists. As far as vocalists that I don't even care for, but I know he's good, has great vocal tone, great voice, Gary Cherone.
Yeah. That's
Extreme.
Yeah, Extreme. I had to think for a second.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a great.
And
two of the other guys go back to the 80s, the Nelson Twins, man.
they could sing.
Oh yeah, they one-hit wonder guys, but I mean, they really had good tone, good voice, you know. I mean, but when I go a little bit back earlier, Ronnie James Dio's the man.
Oh yeah, he's kind of the godfather.
Yeah,
you know?
you can't find a better vocalist than Ronnie James Dio. Dio could do the real high pretty stuff, and he could do the high growly stuff, and he was just
All right, so let's take it back.
okay.
How about the 70s vocalists?
Ooh,
Any genre of music, doesn't matter.
70s.
3 vocalists from the 70s.
You're gonna make my brain work, man. Let me think.
Don Henley's got to be on that
Well-
list. That man can sing the phone book.
Oh, I know.
Has so much soul.
Anything that Don Henley or even the Eagles, you know, any of them guys, in my book, are great vocalists.
Oh yeah.
As far as maybe, I wouldn't say as far as a clean, pretty vocalist, but Zeppelin. I mean, I liked his voice as far as,
Robert
you know.
Plant,
Yeah,
is,
Robert Plant
is awesome.
Yeah.
He's got to be in there as far as frontman for sure. Yeah.
You know, in the 3, I'm thinking Don Henley, Robert Plant. Let me think for a second. I can't even think of nothing off the top of my head on 70s right now. There's only 2 I can think of: Eagles and Zeppelin. Help me out, Jerry.
Well, let's think of 70s bands.
Well, that's what I'm trying to think of. 70s
Boston.
bands. Boston.
Journey.
They did come out in the 70s, didn't they?
They sure did.
Yeah.
Kiss, if you wanted to add them, I don't consider anybody in there to be a great vocalist.
Paul, maybe in his day, he probably, you know, to begin with, when they first started, he was probably one of the upper vocalists. But no, you're right. I mean, I don't know if have you heard the song out lately that Ace Frehley's come out with a new album?
Yeah, and he has Paul Stanley sing on it.
He really smokes that song pretty good, man.
How about
really.
Sammy Hagar?
Sammy?
He was in Montrose.
Did you know he's 68 years old?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man. I didn't know he was that old.
Vocalist for Montrose.
Yeah.
So, 70s?
That would be in the 70s, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Out of them, hands down would be Steve Perry, in my book.
Yeah.
I don't know if yours feels the same way, but as far as, you know, vocal, like, singing wise, I think Steve Perry's probably.
I want to throw one at you. Not necessarily rock, it's more pop. Elton John.
Oh well, Elton, like you said, he's kind of like Dio. He was the Godfather. I mean, you know,
Elton can sing.
play me a song, a piano man.
Billy Joel, there you
That's
go.
another one.
I don't consider him that great of a singer. I like his voice.
Oh yeah,
Very Paul McCartney-esque,
yeah.
which is my favorite vocalist of all time. Love Paul McCartney. Love him. I've heard him sing songs where he had a metal sounding voice.
Paul McCartney?
Yeah, there's a song called Woman Oh Why.
Really? Is it
And-
a solo deal or?
Yeah, it was after the Beatles. And oh my god, it's his vocals. I mean, listen to the vocals on Helter Skelter. That was 68. Very,
Helter Skelter.
that man could wail. Like he could hit some very heavy metal sounding vocals. Which you don't think of, you know, Mr. Yesterday. Oh my joy.
About Rob Halford.
Oh, absolutely, Rob Halford.
Who can't love Judas Priest, man?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And another one,
Bruce Dickinson.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. There you go. That's
the
it.
man.
That's it. 70s vocalist. I'm going to say Freddie Mercury all the way.
Dude, he could sing from the raspiest stuff you want to sing to the prettiest stuff you want to sing. I mean, that's variety.
And man, they wrote some memorable songs. I was over at my girlfriend's house. She's got a little 6-year-old daughter. And her daughter was singing "We Will Rock You," so we looked up the lyrics, and she's always singing the part about mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place.
I like the one that goes into after it. I pay my dues time after time.
You betcha.
That's my song, man.
Fat Bottom Girls. That's a rockin' tune.
What was he thinking?
Did he write that one?
I don't think so. Why would he write something about a fat bottom girl?
I think he went both ways for a while.
Did he? I mean, I don't know. I
The
always
love
thought
of his life was a woman.
I always thought he was
Just
gay.
only,
I mean, honestly, yeah. I really
You
did.
can say gay on the podcast.
I know. I mean,
It's not offensive.
I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying I always thought that Freddie Mercury was just straight gay. I didn't think he was bisexual or.
I think he tried everything. From what I understand, I don't know.
So he was trisexual then.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that really cares about. You know,
I know. I'm not either. I don't judge people, man. To each his own. Whatever you do, that's your
what
thing.
I'm saying.
Long as you don't come on to me or try to get me in the middle of it, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, nope, I'm taken. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
How about '60s vocalists? Do you go back that far?
I don't know if I can even remember anything.
Because I mean,
I can go 50s. Elvis Presley was
Elvis. Oh gosh, he's the king.
You can't stop Elvis, man.
Wise men say only fools rush in.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love some Elvis, man.
Yeah.
Jailhouse Rock. That's a rockin' tune, man.
Yeah. Since my baby left me.
Ding ding. Little Richard.
That's another. Yeah, he's good.
Holy cow, man! Talk about somebody that had some fun. He's
50s.
50s.
50s, that's right.
50s.
We had to skip the 60s because I don't really remember anything in the 60s.
60s would be Paul McCartney and John Lennon and John Fogerty.
Fogerty, yeah. I was thinking about Fogerty.
Gosh, you had The Doors. If you like that style of music, Which I kind of like the schmaltzy Jim Morrison, I'm gonna love you till the heavens stop the rain.
That's
I like that song.
Like a Frank Sinatra type.
Yeah.
Singing.
And then he goes back and they're like, come on, touch me, babe.
Yeah.
I like that.
Does it clean?
Yeah.
The Grateful Dead.
Yeah. Gosh, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't have any really gumption to listen to them guys.
No.
I don't want to bash people.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I'm not a Grateful Dead fan. How about that?
Yeah, I'm not either. I like some jam band stuff, but as far as their vocals, no.
The guy from BTO, what was his name?
Turner.
Was that what his name was?
Joe Turner.
Yeah. He had a strange voice too.
Ride, let it ride.
Yeah. And
then there's Randy Bachman's vocals,
Yeah.
Baby, you just ain't singing nothing yet. Vocalist.
Yeah.
How about this? How about harmony singers?
There's only one that I think is Richie Sambora.
Oh, he's a great harmony singer.
And a great guitar player that really didn't get the recognition he needed, really, I think.
Very superb. I mean, I'm not a big
He's
Bon
more
Jovi.
of a jazzy guitar player, isn't he?
He's,
more of a bluesy, maybe.
I'll tell you who's a jazzy guitar player. Great guitar player. Underrated. I don't even know his name. Played for Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're
Great
talking about.
guitarist. But he does jazz music now.
Oh, really? Jazz picker?
Yeah, this cat is driving me nuts.
She wants some.
Everybody wants some. Wants some too.
But harmony singer, Richie's probably the man to me.
I'm going to have to go with one of my favorite vocalists, Paul McCartney. Them vocals on the Beatles.
Yeah, on the Beatles stuff, you're right. All the
and
Eagles.
Again, the Eagles. But let me
Eagles.
tell you a band that rivals the Eagles as far as harmonies. Very underrated. I'm not going to say underrated because their music was boring to me. Little River Band.
Yeah, they have a bunch of hits. Little River Band.
Little River Band. My gosh, that reminiscing song.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody in that band could sing.
Right. What do you think about the Doobies?
I
Taking
like
or
the
leaving.
band.
Yeah.
I like the band. I've owned their greatest hits, like
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
it.
who doesn't like China Grove or listen to the music?
Right. Listen to
Uh,
music.
There's so much harmony singing got done in the 60s, which is so influential in my music. I get told all the time, oh, that sounds like 60s music. I love good harmony. The Beach Boys. My God. Family harmony is hard to beat.
Oh, yeah.
Which leads me to a 80s, 90s, and they're
80s.
still going. Couple of brothers that sing terrible vocal tone, amazing harmonies.
Good harmony.
Were the Meat Puppets. I don't know if you're familiar with the Meat Puppets.
No, I'm not really familiar with
Great
them.
harmonies.
The
There was
Nelson brothers.
Yeah, those
that's what I
Nelson
said.
brothers.
Their harmonies were on. I mean, they were on top of the world.
Well, the Osmonds, like them or not, hate them.
Yeah.
There's no denying they were some talented little dudes, you know.
Yeah.
Those cats could sing. Vocalist. How could we not mention Michael Jackson?
I didn't even, yeah. Michael was the man,
Yeah.
really.
Prince.
Yep, Prince was
Rest
another
in
one.
peace,
Yeah.
both. Man, Prince was that guy that had it all.
Yeah, I wanted to focus on that earlier too. We played over in Donovan, I think the week that he died that weekend, and I actually sang Purple Rain in his remembrance for that.
That's awesome.
And I don't usually do that song. Somebody asked out in the crowd, said, "Man, can you guys do Purple Rain?" Well, I don't know all the words to it, but Jerry Kirkman was there, and he knows the song. Corey was playing bass, and then we had Doug Anderson was there playing drums.
Oh,
So
Doug.
we just kind of threw it together, and Jerry's wife looked up the lyrics for me on the iPad, and I sat there and sang it.
That's
And,
great, man.
It just packed the dance floor, dude. I mean, it was packed.
That's awesome. So, okay, we're gonna go top 3 harmony bands. Eagles.
Eagles, that's one.
I'm gonna go with Beach Boys next. Man, you can find YouTube
Yeah.
videos of their isolated vocals. Unbelievable.
Good tones, good because you can get harmony singers, but if you mute everything but their vocal, it sounds flat or sharp. But then whenever it's with the with the actual lead vocal, we've done that in the studio before. Listening to stuff,
Yeah.
and if you just sit there and solo just that one vocal, you're like, man, that sounds like crap.
Oh yeah.
But then whenever you put it back with the vocal, you're like, oh, well, that's cool. That sounds all right. But let's see, you said Beach Boys.
Those are just mine. They don't have to be your picks.
No,
I'm going with Beach Boys, Eagles.
Eagles and Beach Boys are pretty good. I'm thinking Journey.
Oh, Journey had amazing vocals.
Yeah.
Amazing
Boston
harmony.
had some good harmonies
Yeah.
as far as their style of music that they did. Especially getting that high above the actual lead singer because he was crazy, Styx. What about Styx? We didn't even...
Oh my gosh.
Harmonies. That's probably my number one right there.
Yeah.
Those guys are just stupid as far as their harmony wise.
Absolutely. How about local harmony singers? I got to go with.
I gotta go with Jerry Foster.
Thanks.
I'm sang with you. I know. I've got to go with you. You got a good. Chris Hahn, my bass player. Chris is a very good harmony singer. He can sing with just about anybody.
I'm going to go with Dwayne Marshall and Jeff Chapman.
Oh well, yeah. Dwayne's
Excellent.
more of a better lead singer than he is a harmony singer. But Jeff, hands down, probably is probably one of the best.
Jeff has got one of the greatest low harmony registers.
Oh yes.
It was really cool, man. A couple months ago, I went over to Trumbull Hill, and Jim Helly was there.
Oh yeah.
Dwayne, Jeff, and I, and we were doing Seven Bridges Road and all that stuff. And there's video of it somewhere. And man, for me, I had like a musical erection because I live for that kind of stuff. in music.
Musical orgasm, right? That's what you're thinking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Local vocalists, because I like to talk about local music, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, podcast is for our local deals, but I mean, we kind of touch on everything.
Absolutely. Local vocalists.
Dwayne,
Definitely Dwayne.
Jim Haley, which he's in Nashville now, but when he was around here, he was smoking up the stages.
I'm going to go with Roger. I'm not saying that just to, stroke
Because I'm
your
here.
ego.
No.
But Daryl Nelson.
Daryl's really good. I tell you somebody that's really improved, and I hope he's listening because it's not nothing bad, but somebody that's really improved that I've heard here lately, and that's Johnny Mac.
Oh yeah.
From Otherwise Empty. When I first heard them, I really didn't like them that well, but for some reason he has so much come up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Nothing. I'm not. I hope he don't take it badly. I'm not really meaning it badly. It's just.
No, it's a compliment. He's improved. He's worked on his skill and
his skill. His vocal is more on now on key wise. You know.
Yeah.
When they first started, is a little off. But of course, all of us weren't. I was the same way, man, when I first started. Do you think I actually started out singing Skid Row and singing Jackal and stuff like that? No. Right. Ain't no way, man.
I'll tell you a really good singer. I want to name 2 women that don't even perform around here. One is named Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
She can sing her butt off. And the other is my friend Melody Miller, who I've actually had on the podcast. She's a fellow hairstylist. And me and you discovered her, and you probably don't remember, it was when you were running karaoke over at the office. Mm-hmm. And she got up and she sang Edie Brickell's What I Am.
Yes.
I remember I was like, dude, I've got to talk to her.
I remember, yeah.
And I went over and I was like, I'm not trying to be weird, I'm not a creeper, but I swear to God, you've got some pipes.
Yeah.
And I would like to hear you sing. Amazing talent out there. And it just makes you wonder who else is out there that you don't even know.
Right.
You know, who's not gigging, who's not playing. And we were talking about that before the podcast, you know.
Yeah.
My daughter,
your daughter, my daughter.
My daughter can sing her ass off, sing circles around me, and I can't get her to even sing a harmony on a recording.
Well, I got my daughter last night. When she first got there, she was like, "You're not going to get me up there to sing because I'm not going to get up there." I'm like, "Okay, I won't bother you. Well, she come up to me and she said, "You know you got to sing my song." And I said, "Which song's that?" She goes, "I Remember You" by Skid Row. And I said, "Okay, that's fine." So we took us about a 10-minute break, and we come back and we did a song. And I said, "All right, I'm gonna do this song with my daughter, but the only way I'm gonna do it is if she comes up here and helps me sing it."
You put her on the spot.
So I got her right on the spot, dude.
You put her on the spot.
Well, nothing she can do about that.
How did she feel about that?
Oh, she loves it, man.
Yeah, you played the recording for me. She can sing.
It kind of gave her that boost, you know what I mean?
Sure, the confidence.
Yeah, the confidence that I'm gonna get up there and show them now, you know.
Yep.
But that kid, man, she's very talented. Like I said, look up Paige Elizabeth, man, on YouTube if you guys want to hear some really good talented stuff. But she's.
You know, this is cool because I made a vow that when I started this podcast, I was just going to hit record and we're going to talk. Just.
That's all
buddies,
you ever do.
That's all we do. We talk about music, you know, and I love it because I had no idea that the podcast was going to be about vocalists.
Right.
And I like good vocals.
I think you're a good vocalist too, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
In my book, you're in one of the top up there too.
Thank you.
Good top harmony singer too.
I love to sing them harmonies. I tell you, there's some voices that they may not be great, but when I hear them, it's what music does for me is brings me comfort.
Right.
It does that for a lot of people.
It soothes, man.
And it just makes you feel the familiarity.
If you're like Corey, you like death metal, if that's your thing,
right?
That's what it does for you.
Now, this is going to sound pretty crazy. One of those singers for me, there's 2 of them. One is, believe it or not, George Michael. It just calms
you say Michael Bolton, I'm going to choke you.
God, no. No, George Michael, you know, from Wham.
I know. So if you say Michael Bolton, I'm going to choke you.
And
I know who you're talking about. George Michael, yeah.
The other one who has a deceivingly good vocal range, Steve Miller.
Oh, yeah. You don't...
I don't think of him as a great vocalist.
No, but range-wise, I mean...
But there's just something about his voice. I hear it and I'm like, I'm home.
Right.
There's something... And John Fogerty. Love John Fogerty's vocal tone, you know, in the Creedence era. Just that raspy... sang with conviction.
Well, look at the Bruce, the boss, you know, Bruce Springsteen. He had that really strong, you know.
And I'm just not a big fan.
Well, no, I wasn't either, but I'm just saying he had that really powerful voice. I guess that's the word I'm looking for.
Well, and singers like that make you think that they mean what they're singing. You get the idea when you hear "Born in the USA."
Yeah.
Man, he's going for it.
Oh yeah.
He's
born in the USA.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
or Credence with Fortunate Son. You hear
Yeah.
the angst.
yeah.
Like that's not your little.
CCR. I love. Yeah.
That's not a typical protest song. That's pissed. That is a pissed off guy.
Yeah. You're right. The stuff that he was writing, he wasn't protesting. He
And-
was pissed off.
Love him or hate him, whatever. Kurt Cobain.
I wasn't a big Nirvana fan.
No, you don't have to be. That's okay. But when I heard that same John Fogerty like anger.
Well, yeah.
Chris Cornell.
But I think it was all in his head, though. You know what I mean?
He was a disturbed guy.
Yeah, disturbed. I mean, I don't think that was. I think it was just anger for everything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, when you're talking about the other anger, it was more protesty anger.
Right, not the self-loathing, my life sucks.
And I'm going to kill myself thing. But
How about
anyways, I'm sorry.
Alice in Chains?
Alice in Chains, yeah.
How about those harmonies?
Good stuff.
Oh, it's
What do you
just
think
so
about the
unique.
guy that's singing with him now?
Good,
I love him.
good,
I think he filled some big shoes, man.
huge shoes. Lane Staley's voice that's another one of those voices.
Yeah.
Even though it gets kind of chewy, you know. Here comes a rooster.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's still there. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was some shoes to fill, man.
Yes, sir. Also gives you an idea of what Jerry Cantrell's role in that band is too.
Yeah.
His vocal
I got to bring this up.
stuff. Yeah.
What do you think about Axl Rose singing with AC/DC? Have you heard any of it?
Man, he has turned it around. I listened to some of the reunions,
It's AC/DC with Axl Rose is what it is.
and that's fine. That's fine.
Of course, you're not going to. The only way you're going to replace their actual singer is if you get one of them tribute bands
Right.
to have their singer come in there. Poor girl.
Well, she's just twitching.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's horny.
Those loins are on fire.
But anyways, the only way you can get to get AC/DC is to bring in one of them guys from the tribute band that sound just like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to do that.
No, that's why
'Cause
they
then you
went
become a caricature of
That's
yourself.
why they went with Axl, I think, man. Just different.
Yeah.
You know, Axl can hit the notes. That's not. I don't think that's the problem. He's just sounding to me. This is my critique. I mean, you know,
No,
everybody's
that's
got
fine,
their
yeah.
opinion. I think he's sounding like Guns N' Roses when he sings it.
Oh yeah. Well, Axl's got one of those distinguishable voices. He's just going to sound like Axl Rose.
Yeah,
No matter
what he does.
yeah,
Yeah,
no
what
matter
song
what he
sing.
does.
He could sing a Dio song and sound like, you know, and be Axl.
He could sing "Amazing Grace," and you're going to know it's Axl
Yeah,
Rose.
you're right. Because he'd have to have that low voice and that real.
Yeah. Have you heard any of the reunion stuff with Guns N' Roses?
No.
He's on
is it
point.
Is it all original guys? Except
It's
for Slash.
Except Slash is with him.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, no, it's Slash,
Oh, I didn't
Duff, and Axl.
Didn't the drummer die?
I don't know, Steve Adler? I know he had a stroke from doing too much cocaine.
Well, maybe he just had a stroke, but I don't. He's not with him though, is it? Different
No,
drummer?
no.
Yeah.
No, and Izzy Stradlin's not with him.
Right.
I wish Izzy was with him, but he's not. I like Izzy.
Did you
Stradlin.
hear? I don't know if it was just me, but I heard a rumor that Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley were going to back out and bring in Younger and keep Kiss going. Did you hear that?
If you have read Paul Stanley's autobiography, that's exactly what he says. Yeah.
Well, I actually heard it on a, I don't know if it's an interview or if it was a, you know, something on like a podcast or something like that, but I actually heard them say that they were going to bring in younger talent and just keep Kiss rolling.
I would say they're ruining their legacy by doing that, but the legacy of the original four is already set in stone. You can't undo that.
Well, they undid that whenever they replaced
But
Peter and Ace.
man, it just seems cheap. It's generic. It's not authentic.
Right.
Um,
Well, it wasn't authentic when they got rid of Peter or Ace either.
yeah,
But you can understand why they got rid of both of them.
absolutely. They were liabilities to the band.
Yeah, they could have put them under, you know.
Absolutely. It's kind of like when they had the Platters here in town. Were there even any original members? That's not the
I didn't go
Platters.
see. Did you go see them?
No, not even interested. These bands that are like the Temptations, yeah, they have one original member, Otis, the guy that put it together, and that's it. But to me, the Temptations are gotta have Eddie Kendrick and David Ruffin, and they're both dead.
Right.
Those were the guys that sang the hits. Those were the guys that sang the big songs.
But like you said, with it, if they take and put younger, I don't think it's just not going to be. I don't think it's going to be the.
It's not going to have the same impact. It's okay for anything to have shock value. You can't do it and have it crammed down your throat. The shock is gone.
Yeah.
Spitting blood, blowing fire.
That was their pyro was their thing.
Their pyro was their thing. People will go to see a good fireworks show.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Your shtick it's old. It's boring. Sure, there's always young people and a new generation to discover you. But if anybody knows anything, like the crazy world of Arthur Murray, or Arthur Murray, Brown.
Brown, yeah.
Arthur Murray.
Murray.
Oh my God.
Arthur Murray. Who's Arthur Murray?
Arthur Murray. He was a dancer.
I was gonna say, was he even a singer?
No, he was a dancer. Arthur Brown, back in the 60s, he was painting his face up, doing the Ronnie James Dio type screams. You should look him up.
Cool.
Interesting cat. Scary. Kind of satanic-ish like. Is bizarre.
Well, look at Alice Cooper. He,
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do the screams and stuff, but I mean, he was painted up and.
You know what would be shocking? Is a band that came out, rocked, but were positive and weren't just, oh, I'm miserable.
Really?
You know?
Oh, I know.
That's why I love the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
They're just rocking, having a good time. Dave Grohl is the coolest cat because he just wants to rock.
Yeah.
But, wow, we got on vocalists. Man, we could continue this discussion all day. But we're at the hour point.
We are.
We're
That's
there.
to say.
Roger, I appreciate you coming on,
Dude,
man.
I appreciate you having me again.
I love you to death, man.
Hey, feelings are mutual, my brother. I mean, anytime you want to do this, we'll get on it.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition, I think, of the old SEMO Music and Arts Podcast. I would like to thank my guest, Mr. Roger Mattingly, for being here, hanging out with me, keeping me company on a Sunday. I mowed my lawn, cleaned some house. It's like, I need to do a podcast. Plus, it's just time.
And you gave me a call.
And I gave you the call. So, yeah, thanks if you stuck with us. Thank you for listening, guys.
And gals.
And gals. The feedback on this podcast has been great, too, by the way, man.
It has, really. I've had a lot of people
cool.
say, man, I loved you and Jerry's podcast and any of the other ones. And the ones you've done with, like, Corey out of our band and stuff like that.
Yep. All right, so that's it. To people listening, thank you for listening. And until next time, sayonara.